Hey guys, this is Femi with Landverse, and today I'm going to share with you the ultimate land flipping guide for 2025 and beyond. How to stop getting no leverage, small deals, deals that are averaging you five to $10,000 in profit. How to stop being a one man band. How to stop just hustling for your next deal. Today I'm going to share with you the gap between greatness. What makes the difference between no leverage, small deals, low profit deals, doing it by yourself, and really just being a hustler with no control and sporadic deal flow. I'm going to show you how to turn that into high leverage, bigger deals, consistent potential profit, mastery and delegation, so on and so forth. So, there is a big gap in the market when it comes to land flipping. And a lot of it stems from traditional education from people that have been doing this for, a very long time, but realistically are not doing larger deals consistently. And when I got into this market, I wanted to do larger deals consistently because I wanted to be able to build wealth for myself. I didn't just want to create a job. And this is a business model that I've been able to build wealth for myself in. I've been able to make over $1 million in profit flipping land. I've done several life changing deals where I've received 100 grand, 200 grand on just one deal. Deals that have absolutely changed my life. And in the midst of all that, I've also done several deals where I've made 40 grand, 50 grand, 30 grand, so on and so forth. I've done several deals like that and really been able to change my life and build up quite the life for myself. Really, I've been able to build up quite the life for myself, and at a young age, able to invest my money very intelligently just because of all the money that I've been making from these larger deals and from having leverage. You see, the biggest thing with a land flipping business is you want it to create leverage for you. You want it to be able to open doors for you. You want it to be able to allow you to build an empire if you so choose to do that. So, we're going to talk about the gap that really happens between someone that gets in this and maybe tries to do traditional land flipping education, doesn't implement any systems, just tries to send mail, tries to figure it out on their own, or even just tries to like YouTube everything and just, figure stuff out without getting someone that's proven and tried in this business. So what you usually see in normal land flipping teachings is no systems. The earnings cap out at 50 to $100,000, 150 grand a year in profit. You have no seller framing process. You have no consistent dispositions process, no acquisitions process. You have poor market selection if you're even selecting markets at all. And let's go back a little bit because I want to talk about the seller framing process, which I'll introduce with the Landverse principles. But most people are not framing their sellers. And so that leads to lack of relationship building, lack of rapport building. So that way, when it's actually time for you to negotiate, you've built no relationship. So it doesn't matter. They don't care about you one way or another, and you don't come to front of their mind. If you're not coming to a seller's front of mind, when things get hard in negotiations, when it's time to follow up with them, they don't really care about you. And so you need to make yourself stand out. At Landverse, we teach you how to make yourself stand out amongst all the other land flippers that are just sending mail and not even calling. We implement a 30-day seller framing process at Landverse to build trust and build rapport. Now, when you're able to do this, you must realize that no one else is doing this. Like, no one else does this. Most people send the mail, and you know what's crazy? Some people don't even call the mailers back. Some people will get leads back from people that are like, yeah, I'm just not interested, or F off, and they'll just quit. They won't follow up. They won't make any touch points, especially if you're sending out very little mail. You choose not to make touch points. So you don't have any framing process. You don't have any acquisitions process. You don't have any consistent dispositions process. What I mean by that is, if you don't have a consistent way to sell properties, if you don't have a broker Rolodex, if you don't have title companies on hand already, it's going to be harder for you to run your business. If you haven't built trust with local people, it's going to be hard for you to run a business. And this leads to you doing these smaller deals because you're not picking the right markets that will yield you larger deals. You're not talking to any locals that are on the ground that might be able to point you in the right direction. You don't know how to do any of this. You don't know how to look at comps so you can see a proof of concept for a property selling for $1 million in 90 days so that you can hit the same market. You don't do any of that. And so what you do is you do these desert squares, you do these smaller deals, or you try to get a infill lot under contract and assign it for 5K, 7K, 10K. Maybe you do a deal here, a deal there, but you will never have a business. You'll never have a business. And this was one thing that for me, when I started in this business, I knew that I needed to create a business out of this because I knew its potential. I knew where it could go. I knew it could be a business that made me $1 million a year in my 20s, which has been that. When you look at this as a business as opposed to a hustle, then you start doing multiple deals per month. And I'm going to walk you guys through exactly how you can do multiple deals per month and really empire build. Like I call this the empire building, legacy building model. That's what Landverse is about. Landverse is about building an empire, building a legacy for yourself and the people that come after you, and being able to live your life by design. Now, because you're not framing your sellers, because you don't have an acquisitions process, because you don't have a dispositions process, because you don't have any rapport building, because you don't have any seller relationships, sellers are always calling you a scam. They don't trust you. If a seller doesn't trust you, then they will never sell to you. If you're confusing a seller, they will never sell to you. And this is what a lot of people do. A lot of people use the language of, oh, we can give you the quick cash really fast. And, we can, you're not presenting yourself as a service based business. You're just presenting yourself as a 2-bit hustler. And when you present yourself as a 2-bit hustler, this will always be the result. You're always going to be stressed out. You're always going to be burned out. You're always going to be being called a scam. Now, if you're running your business this way, you're not building real wealth. You're not building real wealth at all. Most people are not tracking their conversations had or offers made week over week or month over month, which leads to not being able to scale your marketing to know how many conversations you need to have, how many offers you need to make to get a certain amount of deals. You don't even know your numbers. You're not tracking your KPIs so you can actually scale. You have no idea what gets you deals and what doesn't get you deals. Your numbers are not predictable because you're not tracking them. You see, in my business, I know that if I send out 25,000 mailers, I know exactly what comes back. I know when we send out 10,000 texts a day, tailored at a specific group and a specific market with specific language, I know what comes back. And I might be off a hair or two, but because we've tracked these numbers so precisely, I know what comes back once we send out this marketing. And this is what you need in your business. If you can predictably say that I'm going to send 20,000 mailers and I know that out of this, an $80,000 deal will come, well, then you can just continue to buy more and more $80,000 deals. But you can't do that if you don't track your conversations, your offers. How much money are you making per mailer? How much money are you making per text? The other thing that people ask me too is how many deals are you getting per mailer? Are you getting a deal every 3 or 4,000 mailers? Are you getting a deal every 11 or 12,000 texts? And the reality is I cannot even answer that question for you because my processes are dialed in when yours are not. So I can't tell you that if you send out 30,000 mailers that what's going to come back. I cannot tell you. And the problem is a lot of people will just teach to send more mail. Just send more mail. Just send more mail. Just spend more money. Just spend more money. But you're not tracking what you're already doing for success. You're not doing that. So if you don't even know how to track those things, if you don't know how to allocate your attention on all of your leads, then you're just wasting your money. If you don't know how many conversations you're having, you're wasting your money. If you don't know how many offers you're making, you're wasting your money. It's just going to lead you to being burned out, tired, stressed, and honestly, you'll probably just quit. I've seen so many people that run the business this way. Just quit. Just go get a job. Because to them, the job is guaranteed. To them, the job is higher leverage when it's really not. They're just running the business the wrong way. Now, when you come over to Landverse and you start running the business the right way, this becomes you. You follow the Landverse principles. This becomes you. You start doing deals where you're buying for $250,000, selling for $349,000 in 24 hours, by the way, which this is a deal that I'm breaking down. You start doing deals where you make $31,000 in profit. You start doing deals where you're buying for 150 grand, selling for 330, buying for 88,000, selling for 140,000. These are all Landverse members. These are all Landverse members. You start doing deals where you're buying for $15,000, selling for $40,000. You start doing deals where you're making $25,000 within your first couple weeks of being in the program. You start getting wire transfers like these, $45,000, $100,000, $122,000, $34,000, $70,000. You start getting wires like these consistently. This is the Lambert's way. It's high leverage. Business is all about leverage, and we focus on having the highest leverage possible. And that is in doing bigger deals consistently. Deals that are ranging anywhere from $25,000 to $50,000 profit per deal. You also have consistent potential for life-changing deals because you're in markets where you may be able to buy a deal for 250 grand and sell it for double. You're making bigger offers. When you start making larger offers, you start making six-figure offers, six-figure deals start to come back. It's just what happens. But you need to understand the markets. We can't be in markets where these larger assets are going to sit for 8 months and the turnover time is too slow. If your cash conversion cycle is too slow, it's going to be a lot harder for you to build wealth. So we need to consistently be in markets where we have very fast cash conversion cycles and properties are turning over within 90 days. And for a multiple six-figure asset, a property turning over in 90 days is incredible. And this can change your life. And you imagine you start doing deals like this once a quarter. You start doing a $100,000 deal once a quarter. And on top of that, you're still doing 5 to 7 deals a month at $25,000. You see how you can start to build wealth for yourself? This is how I've been able to do this. This is how I've been able to produce results like this. You're buying for $15,000, selling for $76,000. Do you know what that does consistently? If you're consistently able to do that. And so we teach you how to get deals like this rolling on a conveyor belt so you can chill and take control of your life. That's what we teach you how to do. And we do that through mastery and delegation. Now, the mastery part is you mastering your marketing, your acquisitions, and your dispositions so you can now sub those tasks out. That's what I mean when I say put it on the conveyor belt. So, really, all you do, you pick your markets, you have someone do your marketing for you, you have someone do your acquisitions for you, you have someone do your transaction coordination for you, your dispositions for you, so that you can live your life how you want to live it. But you can't do that until you master it. You must master all these tasks first in the business. And we've become the best at mastering every single one of these tasks. In every one of these tasks, I've personally spent over 200 hours in every single one of these tasks that I just named. I've personally spent over 200 hours. And so, because I spent that much time, I know exactly what works, I know what doesn't work, and I know how to delegate those tasks off to the right person. I know how the brain of an acquisition manager needs to work so that you can be successful. I know how the brain of a transaction coordinator needs to work so you can be successful. I know how the brain of a dispositions manager needs to work so you can be successful. Now, with the Lambert's method, you have systems and automations actually in place. So you have a follow-up process, you have a framing sequence, you have title companies that you have an infrastructure built into your business to where now it's not a hustle anymore. You've built a business. You're able to make $200,000 a year to $1 million a year or more in profit, not revenue. We're talking about profit here. You're now implementing a seller framing process, a 30-day seller framing process where you're building rapport and trust by showing them what you've done and how you can help and who you can help and who you have helped already. And now you're having better quality conversations. Now, when you're having more quality conversations consistently, you're going to get more deals. A lot of people don't know how to have quality conversations with sellers outside of, hey, well, I'll give you some quick cash, and this is what I'll do. They don't know how to talk to them other than that. They don't profile their sellers. They don't understand who they're talking to, what the motivation is, how to utilize pain that the seller is having, how to get them to break down their walls so they actually tell you what they're going through and what they have going on so you can help. Most people don't do any of this, and it's just you thinking about the amount of profit you can make on a deal. Well, I can make 50 grand on this deal. And you're not thinking about how you can help the person and how you can be service based first. You're not thinking about that, which is why you're not getting any deals, which is why you're like, damn, I hope this deal closes. Oh, damn, I hope this seller doesn't back out. Oh, man, it's because you're not framing your sellers. When you frame your sellers properly, they don't want to back out because they like you. When you talk to your sellers properly, when you build relationships, they're not going to turn around and back out. They're not going to call you a scam. Instead, they'll say thank you for your help. When you join Landverse, you're now split testing your marketing to continuously assure success. We also tailor our marketing towards specific seller profiles that we want to go after. So if I know that the average seller that I'm getting a six-figure deal from is a business owner who has owned the property for more than 10 years. Now I can go target that market and even tailor my mailer and my language in the mailer to speak specifically to this person. So now I'm not just speaking generally, I'm speaking specifically to people that I have bought property from before. I'm just repeating the data set. That's all I'm doing. And so you're able to just buy more and more money. Like this is the Lamverse way. This is something that's not taught in traditional land flipping education. It's not taught. You've also now built quality local relationships. And over the past few years of me doing this, I've been able to build very quality local relationships with many people. I mean, in over 40 states. And so when it comes to brokers, when it comes to title companies, I have people asking me all the time, hey, do you have a title company here? Do you have a broker here? Because they know how good I've become at building these relationships. They know how good I am at building these relationships. And honestly, I don't even give people these resources anymore because I just give them to Lamverse clients. My goal is to give all my resources, all of my knowledge to Lamverse clients specifically so that I can help them build wealth and build their life by design. You running your business, how I've just explained, leaves room for rapid, consistent improvement instead of stagnating, instead of burning out. Like, who wants to live their life like that? Who wants to live their life like this? You're chasing your next deal. You're just hustling. Who wants to just be a hustler? Is that how you want to be branded? Do you want to be branded as just this guy that just hustles for the next deal and doesn't have any infrastructure built? Or do you want to be the guy that's empire building, has the infrastructure built, has systems built? Do you want to be the guy that's making 50 grand on a deal? Or do you want to be, I mean, you want to be the guy that just makes 5 grand on a deal and is like, okay, I got to get the next deal? It's funny too. Like I'll talk to people and they'll say like, yeah, Femi, like I've got I've got some deals under contract. I got some deals under contract, but you're not closing these deals. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm more focused on bigger deals. I got an $18,000 deal that's supposed to close soon, but excuse because you have no systems in place. You haven't mastered this game yet. You don't have any leverage. You don't have any control over your deals, which is why you can't get deals closing on a conveyor belt, which is why you feel stress and pressure in your chest because you have no leverage. When you join Lamverse and follow our principles, that is the opposite of what happens for you. You have higher leverage, you do bigger deals, and you do them consistently. When you join Lamverse, you now have the opportunity to build real wealth with the land flipping business because of all of the systems and infrastructure that you put in place to put your deals on a conveyor belt. You're now tracking your KPIs so you can incrementally scale your business. You now know how many conversations you're having month over month related to how much marketing you're sending. You now know how many offers you're making related to how much marketing you're sending. You now know how many offers are actually being signed, accepted, and closed compared to how much marketing you're sending. You now have tracked all of these things. So now you can incrementally increase your marketing and literally purchase more money. You're now consistently marketing as well. See, a lot of people, when they start a land flipping business in the traditional way, they burn out and they're not able to sustain the marketing. I have seen so many people, like so many people have come to me and come into Landverse after following this and said, yeah, man, I just sent 40,000 mailers. Some guy told me to just send a lot of mail at one time. So I just sent the mail and, I didn't really get anything back. You have no lead management process and you're going to send 30,000 mailers. You have no lead management process and you're going to just decide to send out tens of thousands of mailers at once instead of incrementally sending your mail week by week. Okay, 5K a week. Boom, boom, boom. Or even 2K a week. I'm going to continuously send out the mail. Let the leads drip. Most people will just send these things out. And now you're even also able to implement supplemental marketing in supplementing your mail with your SMS blast so you can get more direct responses faster, so you can work leads faster into your business. Doing business with the Lambert's principles leaves you full of energy, inspired, and free. And I'm living proof. My clients are living proof. It fills me with pride and passion that my clients that I work with, they go and snowboard with their family. They go and have trips. They're going to the Bahamas. They're going to all these beautiful places because of this model. Clients that when they came to me were stressed out and just hustling for the next deal, or not even just hustling for it, but trying to figure out how to get the first deal after spending thousands and thousands of dollars, trying to figure out how to get it. It fills me with passion knowing that with the Lamverse principles, people are able to change their lives, become top 1% earners, and build legacy for themselves. Now, when it comes to legacy and empire building, I'm of the belief that anyone can build an empire. Anyone can have a great, long lasting legacy. Anyone can do it. But in order to do that, you have to have high leverage. And why wouldn't you want to do that? I see people saying, "Well, yeah, just I want to be able to make 100 grand a year." That's gonna help you survive. That's what that's gonna help you do. And anyone that wants to have people come after them, like me right now, I'm 24 years old, building my family, and my children have trust funds. My children already have trust funds because of this business, because I've been able to put money away from this business. That's it. That's my legacy. I've been able to put money away. I've been able to make extremely smart investments from this business. You know why? Because you have high leverage. And if you don't have high leverage, you can't build a legacy. Why would you want the people that come after you to have to work all day? I do not want any of my children to ever have to work if they don't want to. I don't want my children clocking in on someone else's clock. And if you're seeing this video, you have the opportunity to quite literally change the trajectory of your bloodline. You have the opportunity to travel the world without having to punch anyone's clock or without having to tell anyone, "Oh, yeah, I'm off on this day or I'm off on that day." And if you're a person that's been doing this for a long time, if you're a person that's been making 100 grand a year, 200 grand a year, maybe, and you feel like you want to scale, you feel like it's time to scale to five, $600,000 plus per year, this is the model for you. This is how you do it. This is how you do deals like this. This is how you get results like this. This is from another client who said that he's a fan of my high level strategy of targeting larger properties and how he's already seeing how the approach pays off compared to chasing more deals with smaller spreads. And guess what? On this client's first deal, he made a multi six figure spread. High leverage. Another client here with the $32,000 spread. This is what we do at Lambert's. You're one shift away from greatness. You're one shift away from building the business, building the life of your dreams. You're one shift away from you feeling like this all the time to you feeling like this and going straight to the bank. This is my face every single time I go to the bank. This is my face every single time I go to the bank. This is my face every single time I confirm a wire transfer. You have no idea how good that feels. That I don't have to answer to anyone, ever. You have no idea how good it feels for me to teach other people the same exact thing and empower them with the systems that allow me to be like this every day of my life. It fills me with absolute pride and passion. So when people ask me, "Well, why do you do this?" Because I want to make more people look just like this. I want to make more and more people look exactly like that. So if you're struggling in your land flipping business and you want to build a business that allows you to make anywhere from $200,000 a year to $1 million plus per year in net profit, curate your life. So, your ideal life setup. If you want to live in Dubai, you can live in Dubai. You want to live in Puerto Rico, you can live in Puerto Rico. You want to live wherever you want to live, you can live there. If you want to buy a horse, you can buy a horse. If you want, like, whatever it is that you want to do with your life, if you want to spend your days jet skiing from Florida to the Bahamas all day, you can do that and your business still runs. You are still closing deals on a conveyor belt. If you want to continuously do deals like this, you want to learn the systems that allow you to live your life by design, book a call with me below, and I'd be happy to help you get there as fast as we possibly can. In order to keep the quality of the Lambert's principles to my standard, I don't accept everyone that we get on calls with. And our prices are at a premium because we are the best at this. We are the best at showing you how to build your life by design with the land flipping business. If what you want is to implement the systems into your business that allow you to do larger deals like this consistently, larger deals like these, and allow you to receive wire transfers like these on a consistent basis, and you want us to help you put this infrastructure into your business, book a strategy call with me below and we'll walk you through the next steps to build a land flipping business with the Landverse principles that allows for high leverage and living your life by design. This has been Femi with Landverse, and I'll see you on the next video.